The 4 stages of meditation. The first stage of meditation is the stage of difficulty. All the activities of the mind are directed towards the citta, the crudest layer of the mind. The meditator has many difficulties, both inside and outside. The meditator feels internal difficulties because his or her uncontrolled thoughts are racing about like wild animals. One gets a few seconds of control over one's thoughts, and then they go rushing off again, dashing about like untrained horses. The second stage is the beginning of success. All the mental activities are now directed towards the aham, the next higher layer of the mind. This is a much less difficult stage, and sometimes it is very pleasant. The thoughts which were like wild horses before have been trained to some extent. Occasionally, and for brief periods of time, the mind is controlled. During this time the meditator enjoys a taste of spiritual ecstasy and bliss, and tears of happiness may roll down his or her cheeks. The third stage is the stage where some mental and spiritual powers develop. All the mental activities are now directed toward the mahat, the highest layer of the mind. In this stage, the meditator gets control over his or her mind and some of his or her sense or motor organs, and this control gives the person some mental or supernatural power. This is a sign of great progress, a great step forward, but it is a very dangerous stage also. The meditator may become intoxicated by the new power of his or her mind, and may be tempted to abuse it, use it wrongly. The meditator should pray for supreme consciousness himself and nothing else. Meditators should not ask for worldly power, even if by their meditation they develop the strength to control that power. If supreme consciousness is so powerful that he can grant worldly power and the spiritual strength to control that power, why not pray for supreme consciousness himself? Spiritual powers may be pleasing to some people, but actually they are just what the meditator is due to receive, coming in another form. The fourth and last stage of meditation is when all the mental activities are directed from the mahat, the highest, purest and most subtle layer of mind, to the supreme consciousness within. In this stage, the meditator realizes his or her true self, and merges his or her individual mind into the infinite ocean of bliss, Brahma, where he or she enjoys infinite bliss, and that is the ultimate goal of yoga.